God says, you are going to hear some massive good news all because of your last. If you skip this now, you will miss it. What you walked through, what you cried through, what you prayed through in your last season was not for nothing. God has seen every silent battle, every private heartbreak, every moment where you were barely holding on but still chose to trust Him. The pain, the loss, the confusion, and the waiting, none of it was wasted. Heaven was watching when you didn't give up, when you still believed even with shaking hands. And now, because of your last, you are about to step into something beautiful that only God could prepare. Stay with me. This is not just another message. This is a prophetic word over your life, and it carries the weight of divine timing. Please, before you hear more, comment Amen if your heart believes this is for you. Heaven is about to interrupt the regular rhythm of your life with something so powerful, so unexpected, and so deeply good, that it will leave you breathless with gratitude. You will look back at this moment and realize it was the doorway to your breakthrough. I ask you with all the love in my heart, like and receive this now as a seed of faith planted in your life. There are seasons in our lives where it feels like God is silent. Days turn into months, and the answers never come. Prayers echo like whispers in the dark. You wonder if He's forgotten. But in your last season, something sacred was happening. While you were waiting, God was working. While you were breaking, God was building. And while you were losing things, He was setting the stage for something eternal. You were not abandoned, you were being prepared. Your last season was filled with strange delays, closed doors, and unexpected turns. Some people left, some plans collapsed, and some dreams faded. But God saw it all, and He never let one tear go unseen. You didn't understand it, but you kept trusting. You didn't see the reason, but you kept standing. And because of that obedience, because of that surrender, massive good news is about to arrive like a flood into your life. God is not slow in keeping His promises. He has simply been aligning the pieces in ways you could not see. Your name has been spoken in rooms you never entered. Your future has been defended by angels you never saw. Doors are being opened that no man can shut, and favor is coming that no effort of yours could have earned. This is not by your strength. This is the reward of your last season's faith. Please stay with me. Don't leave this now. This is your confirmation. You are going to hear some massive good news. Not just something small or ordinary, but news that will make you weep in awe of how perfectly God works. News that will redeem every night you cried yourself to sleep. News that will make the wait worth it. News that will make you say, only God could do this. And this good news is tied directly to your last. Not just your last mistake, or your last loss, but your last season of faithful endurance. If the enemy tried to break you in the last season, it is because he saw what was coming in the next. He knew the reward on the other side of your struggle, so he threw everything at you. But you didn't quit. And because of that, your story is about to shift. Heaven is rejoicing because your heart stayed tender when it could have turned bitter. God is honoring the prayers you whispered when no one else knew how badly you were hurting. Now, you are walking into a season where you will not have to fight for everything. You will not have to beg for what is already yours. You are going to wake up one morning and everything will have changed. The call you've been waiting on will come. The opportunity will show up. The answer will be loud and clear. The blessing will have your name on it, not because you earned it, but because your last qualified you for it. Comment 11:11 if you receive this word in your spirit. There is a deep spiritual law in God's kingdom. What you sow in tears, you reap in joy. You cried, you sowed. Now your harvest is coming. Massive good news is on the way because your last broke something open in the heavens. The heavens are not closed over you. They have been preparing a delivery with your name written in gold. And it's closer than you think. Some of you felt like your last season nearly destroyed you. But the truth is, it delivered you. It pulled away everything that was not meant to go into your next. It stripped you down to the core so that God could rebuild you with stronger foundations. He has been preparing your heart for a level of blessing you could not have handled before. The good news that's coming is not just about change, it's about transformation. It will mark the beginning of a new identity, a deeper anointing, and a clearer purpose. When God says massive, He means overflowing. He means undeniable. He means more than what you even thought to ask for. There are blessings coming to you because you didn't let bitterness take root. There are breakthroughs coming because you humbled yourself when pride would have been easier. There are miracles on their way because you worshipped even when you felt nothing. You passed the test. You endured the pressing. You held on when others walked away. And now, the release is here. I need you to listen carefully and stay with this until the end. This is not just another encouragement. This is the sound of a door unlocking. This is the shift you've been praying for. Heaven has seen your last season. God has counted your tears, remembered your faithfulness, and declared that now is your time to receive. He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. He is the God who honors endurance, and He is about to put a crown of favor on your head. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. What's coming is so massive, your past pain will seem small in comparison. The joy that is coming will be so full that it will swallow the memory of sorrow. And when it arrives, you will know that it was all because of your last. Not one moment was wasted. Not one prayer was lost. Not one act of faith went unnoticed. This is the fulfillment of divine timing. This is the unveiling of your appointed hour. You didn't understand it then, but now you are about to see why it had to happen that way. There was a weight to your last season that almost made you collapse, but it was that very weight that strengthened your spirit. It shaped your character. It matured your faith. And now, because of your last, you are going to hear news that feels like healing. News that will breathe new life into your bones and remind you that God never left your side for even 1 second. There is a divine announcement coming from heaven over your life, and it will not sound like what you've heard before. It won't be more waiting. It won't be another delay. It will be the sound of God saying, "Now." You have stepped into a prophetic moment. Everything is shifting, and the winds are starting to blow in your favor. The pain you endured in private is about to be redeemed in public. Your last season was wrapped in mystery, but your next will be clothed in clarity. The things that didn't make sense are about to be explained not by words, but by results. God is bringing the answers not just to your questions but to your silent prayers. You may have felt hidden, overlooked, passed by. But heaven has always had you in view. There is a move of God that is coming straight for you. Not because you are perfect. Not because you earned it. But because you endured. You kept trusting. You didn't shut your heart when things got hard. You stayed close even when you felt far. God saw you broken but still praising. He saw you confused but still believing. He saw you tired but still kind. And now, He is responding. The last season tried to convince you that nothing would ever change. It whispered lies in the night, telling you that the breakthrough was never going to come. But those were the last cries of a battle that has already been won. The very fact that you are still here means the enemy failed. And not only did he fail to destroy you, he accidentally pushed you closer to the throne of God. He thought he was breaking you, but he was making you stronger. And now, the reward is being released. God is going to surprise you with sudden restoration. The kind that makes you fall to your knees. The kind that silences the doubters and comforts the aching places in your soul. Because of your last, there is a divine release happening. The weight is breaking. The walls are falling. And what you thought would take years, God is going to do in moments. This is the season where everything that was stolen from you is going to be returned with interest. Every tear you cried became a seed, and now the harvest is being poured out in waves of goodness. Please comment 222 if you trust that your next will be nothing like your last. God is not just healing you. He is honoring you. You may not have been celebrated by others, but heaven is about to make an announcement that your name is favored. He has seen your battles and is preparing a table for you in the presence of every storm that tried to drown you. The good news you are about to receive is the result of divine orchestration. You didn't force it. You didn't chase it. You simply remained faithful. And now, what was meant for harm is being reversed. You are not late. You are right on time. Everything you walked through has prepared you to carry what God is now releasing into your hands. This is not just a blessing for today. It's a turning point. It's the beginning of a new chapter written by the hand of God Himself. He is not going to just give you what you lost. He's going to give you what you didn't even know to ask for. He is restoring not just the external things, but the inner parts of you that were stretched, tested, and bruised in the battle. There is divine acceleration coming to your life. The places where it felt like nothing was moving are about to experience supernatural momentum. You are going to be lifted, not by your own strength, but by the mighty hand of God. He is doing what no person could do for you. The phone call, the email, the opportunity, the yes, it's coming. And it's coming straight from the throne room. You will not have to manipulate anything. You will not have to pretend. God is doing this openly and undeniably. Your last season did not end in failure. It ended in preparation. You were not forgotten, you were being formed. And now, what has been forming in the spirit is being released into the natural. Doors that were once shut tight are opening with ease. The connections you thought you lost are being replaced with ones sent directly by God. The loneliness that surrounded you is being filled with peace that surpasses all understanding. The nights you cried are being answered with mornings filled with praise. This is not a small change. This is a divine shift. The good news that is coming will carry the sound of answered prayer. And not just one prayer. God is going to start releasing answers to things you forgot you even prayed for. He has stored them up, and now He is releasing them all at once. Prepare your heart, because what's coming is going to exceed your expectations. It's going to stretch your faith again, but this time with joy. This time with gratitude. This time with overflow. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. You are not stepping into this new season alone. God is walking you into it hand in hand. He will protect you. He will guide you. He will bless you and keep you. You will not stumble. You will not be overwhelmed. You will be carried by grace. The same grace that held you in the storm is now lifting you into blessing. This is the power of God. This is His promise over your life. He has chosen you, and His choosing cannot be reversed. Heaven has documented every moment of your last season, and now, because of your endurance, your obedience, your surrendered heart, the gates of good news are opening. This is not a small shift. This is a divine announcement over your life that says you survived what was meant to take you out, and now you will thrive where you once struggled to breathe. There is a release happening, and it carries your name. Not your past version, not your broken self, but the refined, strengthened, and deeply rooted version of you that was shaped in the fire of your last. This is the version of you that stood when everything told you to sit down. This is the you that kept your hands lifted in worship even when you were tired of waiting. That faith has weight in the kingdom of God, and now the heavens are responding. God has not been silent out of neglect. He has been silent because the preparation required the fullness of time. And now, time has matured, and your promise is ripening before your eyes. You need to understand that what is coming next is not random. It is directly tied to what you endured, what you surrendered, and what you chose to believe. There are things that God allowed to end in your last season because they were too small for the scale of what He was building. You didn't lose it. You were being realigned. You were being repositioned. The pain was not punishment. It was pruning. And now the vine is full of fruit and ready to pour. You are not behind. You are not late. You are in perfect position for what God is about to do. He waited for the moment where you would no longer chase approval, where your heart would be fully His, and now that He has you fully surrendered, He is ready to pour out blessings that will shake the very ground you walk on. The kind of blessings that silence fear. The kind of blessings that cancel years of pain. The kind of blessings that remind you that God always had a plan. Comment 333 to declare your faith in this season of divine reward. God is not just going to do what you expected. He's going to exceed it. He's going to go beyond the timelines you set, beyond the goals you made, and He's going to do it in a way that no man can claim the glory. What is coming is marked by the fingerprints of God. The people who looked at your last season and assumed it was your end are about to witness your rise. They are about to see favor placed on you in such an obvious way that it cannot be ignored. You won't need to explain it. The favor will speak for itself. There is an oil being poured over your life that was pressed out of the pain you endured. That oil carries healing. It carries wisdom. It carries power. And now, it will carry you into rooms you never thought you'd enter. You will be welcomed where you were once rejected. You will be celebrated where you were once silenced. Because God is not just giving you a blessing, He is giving you a testimony that carries His glory. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered prayer in your last season was a part of the divine map that led you to this point. And even now, heaven is rejoicing over your life because the shift has begun. What seemed impossible before is becoming your reality. God has already spoken your name into the next season. He has already aligned the right people, the right doors, the right moments. Your only assignment now is to remain in faith. Stay close. Keep your heart tender and expectant, because the weight of what's coming requires spiritual readiness. You are not walking into this new season empty-handed. God is restoring everything the enemy tried to steal. Your peace, your voice, your strength, your identity, it's all coming back. And not just in pieces, but in fullness. He is restoring you in such a way that you will not even recognize the person who walked through the last season. The transformation is that deep. The healing is that complete. You are going to hear news that makes your hands tremble and your eyes fill with tears, not from pain, but from awe. From the realization that God truly kept every promise. That He didn't forget. That He was closer than you imagined. The divine news coming will feel like a dream, but it will be your reality. A reality built on the foundation of your last. That was the cost. That was the preparation. And now, the harvest has arrived. God is not finished showing you His goodness. What you have seen is only the beginning. The days ahead are filled with divine appointments. You will walk into rooms and feel the atmosphere shift, not because of who you are, but because of who walks with you. His presence will go before you, His favor will follow behind you, and His hand will rest upon you. There will be no striving in this next season. The blessings will come without manipulation, without forcing anything, without anxiety. They will come through rest. Through peace. Through trusting that God is not just willing but eager to bless you. He delights in showing mercy. He rejoices in pouring favor. And He is pleased with your faith. Because of your last, your future has been touched by heaven. God is releasing things that have been held back for such a time as this. The visions you almost gave up on are being revived. The promises that seemed distant are being fulfilled. The doors that were once shut are swinging open. The answers you begged for are being delivered. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish anytime. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. And when the news arrives, when the shift becomes visible, when the blessing is in your hands, you will remember this moment. You will remember that it was because of your last that your next was birthed. You will understand that none of it was random, that everything was part of a greater plan, a holy design stitched together by the hands of a loving and faithful God. God was closer in those hours than you could have ever known, watching, shaping, allowing certain things to be stripped away, not to punish you, but to free you. He knew what he was preparing for you, and he refused to let you enter your next season carrying what would weigh you down. Because of your last, you are now in position to carry something sacred, something heavy with blessing and beauty, and something that will shift generations after you. You didn't just survive your last season, you were refined by it. You came out with deeper discernment, sharper wisdom, and a faith that no storm could shake. You lost some things that you thought you needed, but God removed them because He saw what was coming. He saw the weight of the promise. He saw the doors that would open. He saw the people that would be sent to stand beside you. And He knew those old weights couldn't go with you. You felt like you were being emptied, but God was making room. There is a holy rebuilding taking place in your life. Quietly. Carefully. Brick by brick, the Lord is laying a foundation that no storm will be able to touch. The news that is coming isn't just good, it's divine. It's strategic. It's been written in God's plan from the beginning. What you're about to step into was never delayed, it was being designed. Heaven was not ignoring you, it was preparing the way ahead. Please comment 555 if you believe something powerful is being released into your life right now. You need to know this truth: what's coming will not match your past. Your last season does not have the power to define what God is bringing. It tried to tell you that your best days were behind you, that your losses were final, that your waiting was wasted. But the truth is, your last season has become the very reason for your breakthrough. Because of your tears, there is now oil. Because of your silence, there is now clarity. Because of your surrender, there is now overflow. God is not limited by time. What seemed like delay was actually divine protection. What looked like loss was actually rearrangement. You were not being left behind, you were being set apart. Set apart for a purpose so deep, so wide, so soaked in heaven's power, that nothing you've been through can stop it. You are entering a season where what once burdened you will become your testimony. What once broke you will become your strength. And what once confused you will now make sense, not by logic, but by glory. This next stretch of your life is going to carry the fragrance of restoration. Not the kind that just gives you back what you lost, but the kind that multiplies it. That purifies it. That wraps it in peace. Because of your last, you will walk into rooms where people will wonder how you got there. They will see the favor but not understand the fire that shaped you. They will hear your words but not know the nights you spent weeping. But you will know. And God will know. And that is what makes this next part holy. The good news that is on the way is not a random moment of relief. It is a turning point. A signpost from heaven that says, I have seen you. I have heard you. I have never left you. It is a reminder that God does not forget the faithful. That He does not overlook the ones who sow in pain and worship in weakness. The reward is not just what you receive. It is who you have become. Stronger. Braver. More like Christ. That's the kind of growth that attracts heaven's full attention. You were not passed over. You were being prepared in private so God could trust you in public. He didn't let you skip the process because He loves you too much to give you something your spirit isn't ready to carry. But now, you are ready. You are aligned. You are rooted. And so the release is coming. And when it comes, it will come fast. One thing after another. One breakthrough after another. One open door after another. And you will not be overwhelmed, you will be empowered. You are not going back. This is not a cycle. This is not another round of disappointment. This is the shift. The breaking of old patterns. The removal of spiritual resistance. The lifting of heaviness. The divine announcement that says your name is written in the blessing that's about to be delivered. God has assigned angels to move on your behalf. Things are being rearranged even now. Circumstances are turning in your favor. People are being moved to bless you. Solutions are finding their way into your hands. Because of your last, you carry authority in the Spirit. You carry a testimony that will break chains for others. You carry a presence that carries peace into rooms of chaos. You don't even have to speak, your survival speaks for you. Your light is not dimmed by what you've walked through. It's brighter now because you let God do the deep work in you. The kind of work that makes you unshakable. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to lift your head, to breathe deeply, to walk boldly, knowing that heaven is backing you. You didn't come this far to be disappointed. You didn't endure that battle for nothing. Something massive is coming, and it's not just about what you're going to receive. It's about what you'll carry, what you'll speak, how you'll lead others into the same freedom you've tasted. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique, backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. There is a call on your life that hell tried to stop in your last season. But it didn't work. You're still here. You're still believing. And that means it's too late for the enemy. What God started, He is going to finish. And the next part of your life will not only show His faithfulness, it will showcase His glory. Not just in one area, but in every area where you were once broken. Your home, your health, your finances, your purpose, your identity, God is restoring it all. This is what it means to hear good news because of your last. It means you've been trusted with weight. It means heaven has chosen you for something greater. And now, the announcement is being made. Listen closely. Keep your spirit open. People left without reason. Opportunities dried up. What you thought was your future slipped through your hands. But what you couldn't see was how God was using every one of those moments to shape the path that would lead to your breakthrough. The very breakthrough that is now arriving, not as a faint hope, but as massive, undeniable good news. You're not stepping into just another phase of life. You are stepping into fulfillment. God is not recycling old blessings. He's doing a new thing. He's doing something so specific to you, so deeply personal and powerful, that it will bring you to tears, not because of sadness, but because of how seen and known you will feel. There is a kind of restoration that only comes from God's hand, and that's what you're about to experience. Because of your last, heaven is opening doors that were locked for years. Not just doors of opportunity, but doors of healing, doors of clarity, doors of joy, doors of peace, doors of love. Comment 1212 if you believe these doors are opening for you right now. You didn't go through all that pain for a small blessing. You didn't lose sleep, endure heartache, and press through disappointment just to return to normal. No, God is about to reward you in a way that shows the value of what you carried through your last season. You carried pain and still praised. You carried loss and still loved. You carried uncertainty and still trusted. You made it through what others didn't even see, and because of that quiet faithfulness, the heavens have moved. You are now walking under an open heaven. This is not just about receiving something new. This is about being made new. You are not the same person you were before the trial. The things that once shook you don't shake you anymore. The lies that used to paralyze you now bounce off the truth that lives inside you. The fear that once kept you frozen now trembles at the sound of your voice when you speak the name of Jesus. You have been transformed in the fire. And now you carry the fire. Because of your last, you will carry blessings with integrity. You will not be overwhelmed by what is coming. You will be trusted with more, not because of performance, but because of your posture. You humbled yourself in the quiet places. You forgave without applause. You showed mercy even when you were the one bleeding. And God never missed a moment. He took note. He stored every act of faithfulness, every tear, every whispered prayer. And now, He is responding not just with comfort, but with reward. There is a reward for the ones who didn't quit. There is a reward for the ones who stayed faithful when it didn't make sense. That reward is now knocking at your door. Don't miss it. Don't ignore the signs. The shift may start subtle, but soon it will become so obvious you won't be able to contain the joy. There's a reason you felt the stirring lately. That feeling of something coming. That inner pull toward hope again. That wasn't your imagination. That was the Spirit letting you know it's almost time. You've entered the fulfillment window. You've stepped into a divine moment where what was once only spoken over your life is now being manifested in real time. God's timing is not accidental. It is deliberate, precise, and always faithful. You may not have understood the waiting, but you're about to understand the blessing. It's going to speak so loudly over your life that it silences every doubt that ever tried to grow inside you. This blessing that's coming will carry answers, not just for you, but for those connected to you. Your breakthrough will become someone else's confirmation. Your testimony will become someone else's hope. God is blessing you not just for you, but because you are a vessel He trusts. You will pour into others from a place of overflow, not depletion. You will speak from healing, not brokenness. And what once looked like a loss will become your loudest declaration of God's power. This is the power of your last. The power of enduring without bitterness. The power of loving when it would have been easier to shut down. The power of worshiping while wounded. The power of refusing to give up, even when your hands were trembling. You need to know this: the weight of what you carried will be matched by the glory of what you are about to receive. God never lets pain go unnoticed. And He never forgets the faithful. You are not entering a temporary blessing. You are entering a sustained season of favor. What God is about to give you is protected, covered, sealed by His Spirit. No enemy can touch it. No human hand can destroy it. What God gives, no man can take away. And this blessing is going to unfold in stages. First, you'll feel the peace. Then the clarity. Then the open door. Then the call. Then the provision. One by one, it will build. And your spirit will recognize that every step is marked by heaven. There are people being stirred to bless you right now. Conversations happening behind closed doors where your name is being mentioned with honor. Opportunities aligning. Divine meetings being prepared. All of it is part of God's design, set in motion because of your last. You are not forgotten. You are being remembered in the most powerful way. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once-hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. You were born for this moment. Born for such a time as this. And now, the time has come. The heavens are opening. The winds are shifting. The oil is flowing. The voice of God is declaring over you, you made it through the fire, and now the blessing is yours. Not a temporary fix. Not a small relief. But a lasting, overflowing, undeniable outpouring of favor. Hold this word in your spirit. Let it settle deep. Because it is happening. What God spoke will not return void. What He promised, He will finish. And because of your last, your next is about to carry a glory that no one saw coming, but God always knew. The pain was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of a transformation that would open the way for the kind of good news that only heaven could deliver. You are standing on the edge of that news right now. It's moving toward you with divine speed. And what was once a whisper of hope is about to become the loud roar of breakthrough. You didn't imagine the shift coming. Your spirit wasn't lying to you. You have felt it because God has been preparing you for it. The shaking you felt wasn't chaos, it was alignment. Everything that could no longer serve your next was being shaken loose. Every relationship that drained you, every place that kept you small, every plan that no longer fit your purpose, God allowed it to fall away because He knew what was ahead. And what's ahead is far greater than anything that's behind. Please comment 777 to declare that you are walking into God's divine alignment. The good news that's coming to you is not just one thing, it's a series of waves, each one carrying restoration, redemption, and release. It will touch areas of your life you had given up on. Places you thought would never heal. Dreams you buried in silence. God is about to breathe new life into all of it. Because of your last season of surrender, you are now standing under an open heaven. Not just a temporary moment of favor, but a sustained season of grace that will follow you and protect you as you step into the new. This is not a coincidence. It's not a lucky break. This is divine timing meeting divine promise. Heaven is opening scrolls with your name on them, assignments, blessings, promises that were written long ago and are now being released because you endured. You passed the test of stillness. The test of silence. The test of trusting when nothing around you gave you a reason to. And now the reward is being released. Not because of how loud you shouted, but because of how deeply you stayed rooted. The kind of blessing that's coming is weighty. It's not flashy or shallow. It's not just about being seen or praised. This blessing is deep. It will feed your soul. It will stretch your faith even further, but this time through joy, not pain. You will find yourself overwhelmed, but not in sorrow, in gratitude. You will say, I didn't know it could feel like this. I didn't know peace could be this still, or love this pure, or joy this steady. And God will whisper, I always had this for you. You just had to walk through the valley to appreciate the mountaintop. Do not let the memory of your last cause you to fear your next. This new season is not a repeat. It is a release. It is the kind of shift that rewrites your expectations. It is the kind of season that makes you forget the years of waiting because of how suddenly and how powerfully it arrives. There is an anointing resting on you now that wasn't there before. It came through the crushing. It came through the tears. It came through the private yes you gave God when no one was watching. You are about to walk in a level of clarity you've never known. Decisions will come with ease. Peace will become your normal. Provision will come without panic. That is the reward for trusting God when everything in you wanted to panic. Because of your last, there is an ease being released. Not ease because life becomes perfect, but ease because you've learned how to rest in God. And that kind of rest attracts heaven's movement. You were never alone in the waiting. Angels were surrounding you. Heaven was working for you. And now, what was once hidden is being revealed. The curtain is lifting. The stage is set. And you are not walking into this season unnoticed. You are walking in with divine backing. God's presence will go before you, clearing the path. His Spirit will walk beside you, guiding your steps. His goodness will follow behind you, covering every place you've been. The pain tried to convince you that you were forgotten, but the truth is, you were being chosen in secret. set apart, marked for more. And now, what has been sealed in heaven is being released into your life. You will begin to see signs, divine confirmations, unexpected blessings, sudden shifts. Do not be afraid. This is what you've been waiting for. It may come quickly, but you are ready. You may feel unqualified, but God has called you. And where He calls, He equips. Where He sends, He provides. Where He promises, He fulfills. There is no area of your life that will go untouched by this good news. The healing will reach your body. The peace will reach your thoughts. The provision will reach your needs. The restoration will reach your relationships. Nothing is off limits to the hand of God when He decides to pour out. And He has decided to pour out now. The heavens are declaring it. The Spirit is confirming it. And your heart is awakening to it. You will not be known by your last. You will be known by what you did with it. You will be known as the one who endured, who held on, who believed when belief hurt. And now, you will be known as the one who received. The one who reaped. The one who walked out of the storm carrying joy. God is not finished. This is only the beginning of what He's prepared for you. More is coming. More that you didn't ask for. More that you didn't plan for. More that you are now ready for. Stay positioned. Stay hopeful. Stay surrendered. The season has changed. And you are walking in it, clothed in grace, wrapped in favor, covered in glory. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. It's the answer to every hidden cry. It's the divine reply to the places in you that never gave up, even when you were tired of hoping. You didn't quit. You stayed when others walked away. You trusted even when you had no strength left to keep believing. And because of your last, what's about to be released over your life will be unstoppable. There's a shift in the atmosphere around you now. A divine stirring. A holy movement. God is aligning events, people, and places in your favor. The things that once felt heavy are starting to lift. The weight that once held you down is losing its grip. Something is breaking open in the spirit, and it's not just for a moment. This is a permanent shift. You are stepping into the kind of breakthrough that alters everything. Please comment 999 to claim the shift that is already unfolding around you. Because of your last, there's a supernatural ease that is being released over your life. Where there was once resistance, there will now be access. Where there was once struggle, there will now be favor. Where there was once confusion, there will now be clear direction. This is not wishful thinking, this is the fruit of the seeds you planted in your last season. Seeds of worship, seeds of obedience, seeds of sacrifice. Even when you didn't see results, you sowed. Even when it felt like nothing was changing, you trusted. And now, the ground is breaking open, and the harvest is rising up to meet you. The things you thought were denied were only delayed. And the delay wasn't because of failure. It was because of preparation. God was going ahead of you, making a way where there seemed to be none. He was softening hearts. He was unlocking doors. He was protecting you from walking into places too soon. And now that the preparation has been completed, the release can begin. And it won't be slow. It won't be subtle. It will be unmistakable. God is about to do something in your life that will silence every lie of the enemy and restore every broken place in your heart. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are called. You are covered. The hand of God is resting on your life, and because of your last, that hand is now moving to perform what He promised. This is the season where the Word becomes flesh in your life. The promises become real. The vision becomes visible. It's time to see with your eyes what you've only seen in your spirit. You were tested by fire. And now, you carry the fire. That fire is power. That fire is discernment. That fire is authority. You are not the same as you were before the storm. The storm refined you. The wilderness trained you. The delay matured you. And now, the anointing on your life is deeper than it's ever been. It came through brokenness. It came through stillness. And now, it will flow through you with strength and healing and power. God is sending help. Divine help. People who are assigned to your purpose, not your past. People who will see your value without needing an explanation. People who will stand beside you, not because of what you can offer them, but because they've been sent by God to support what He's building in you. These connections are not coincidences. They are part of the reward. Your circle may have been reduced in your last season, but now it's being rebuilt with purpose. You are going to start seeing sudden changes. Financial shifts. Relational healing. Opportunities arriving unexpectedly. But none of it is random. This is the promise being fulfilled. This is the fruit of your last season's endurance. Do not be surprised when things start to happen quickly. You are under an open heaven now. And when God moves, He does not move slowly. What took years to hope for can happen in a moment when heaven speaks. You will no longer strive for what God is now placing in your hands. You will no longer beg for what was always yours. You will no longer chase what is now being drawn to you by the Spirit of God. This is the reward of faithfulness. The reward of trust. The reward of choosing Him over everything else, even when it cost you everything. You will be known by your faith, not your failure. You will be defined by your obedience, not your opposition. You will be recognized by heaven's seal, not man's approval. There is a light on your life now that cannot be hidden. It is the light of someone who endured the wilderness and came out carrying water. It is the light of someone who stayed in the secret place and is now being called into the light to shine. This next season will not be defined by striving. It will be defined by rest. Divine rest. A rest that doesn't come from things being easy, but from knowing you are exactly where God placed you. That rest will give you peace when others panic. That rest will guide you when others are confused. And from that place of rest, you will see the fruit you have longed for begin to grow. You are stepping into a fullness you've never known. The kind of fullness that doesn't just fill your life but overflows into others. The kind that makes you a blessing, not just blessed. You will be the answer to someone's prayer. You will carry healing in your presence. You will walk with authority, not because of your title, but because of your testimony. The last season gave you that. It shaped you for this. And now, heaven is responding. Everything God does is intentional. He wastes nothing. And that includes your pain. Your waiting. Your disappointment. It is all part of the story. And now, the chapter is turning. The scene is changing. And the next part of your life will be marked by joy. Not surface-level joy, but deep, steady joy. The kind that doesn't depend on circumstances. The kind that stays with you in every season because it's built on the faithfulness of God. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You have been positioned, not by accident, but by divine design. Every moment of endurance, every step of faith, every time you chose to worship in pain, it all added up. And heaven has taken notice. The good news is not far away. It is not delayed. It is coming closer every single day, and very soon, it will break into your life like the first light of morning after a long, cold night. You are not in the same place you were before. The soil of your life has been prepared. The roots have grown deep. You didn't just survive the storm, you were planted in it. And now the fruit is beginning to form. Slowly at first, then suddenly. Because God works in seasons. And this is the season of fulfillment. The tears you cried in your last season watered the ground you're now about to reap from. You sowed in faith. You sowed in pain. You sowed with nothing in your hands but everything in your heart. And now, your harvest is chasing you. Please comment 1010 if you believe your harvest is near and your heart is ready to receive. There is an acceleration coming to the plans of God in your life. Things that seemed stuck will start moving. Prayers that felt unanswered will begin to manifest. The confusion that weighed you down is being replaced with clarity so precise it will feel like someone turned on the lights in your soul. This is not just change, it is transformation. It is not just progress, it is fulfillment. And it is happening because you chose to stay when you could have walked away. You chose to trust God when it felt easier to give up. That kind of faith draws heaven like nothing else. There are divine instructions being released in this season. You will hear things you've never heard. You will feel a pull toward new places, new ideas, new directions. Don't resist it. You are not who you used to be. Your last season has prepared you for this new sensitivity. You are being led, not by pressure, but by peace. And that peace will guide you right into the places that have been prepared for you. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. The Spirit of God will carry you. This is a time to move forward with confidence. Not pride, not fear, but with the kind of boldness that comes from knowing that God is with you. That He goes before you. That He fights for you. You are no longer in the wilderness. You are crossing over. And just like the children of Israel, you're going to walk into the promises of God not by your own strength, but because He has made the way. Your name is being whispered in places your feet haven't touched yet. There are blessings that have been growing in silence, waiting for the moment God says, now. And that moment is approaching quickly. Every delay was strategic. Every waiting period was sacred. Every no was protection. God never abandoned you, He was hiding you until the time was right. And now, the time is right. Your story is about to change so suddenly that even those closest to you will stand in awe. Not because of anything you did, but because of how completely God is about to show Himself faithful in your life. He is not just going to answer your prayers, He is going to exceed them. The things you whispered in the dark, the quiet longings of your heart, the areas you stopped even asking for out of disappointment, God is touching those places. Not just to comfort you, but to fulfill what He started.